So live bee removal is one of the most effective methods at removing bees, and it's one of the most environmentally friendly methods available. The reason for this is if you've got a colony of bees within a building or void space, then the honeycomb is cut out of the void space, the queen is often found, and the bees that were on the colony are actually removed into an artificial hive, and then they're taken away from site and kept by the company that's removed the bees, or the people that are then going to look after the bees after they've been removed. And so it doesn't leave the root or the cause of the problem, which is the honey and the honeycomb, inside a cavity or a wall space where the bees were, which is why it's really effective, because you're actually removing the problem. The cost of live bee removal can vary massively. It really depends on what's being included and where the bees are. So to give you an idea, scaffolding around a chimney can be anywhere from sort of £700, £800 to £2,500, depending on the size of the chimney. And these are just rough estimates. And there can be a lot more, there can be a lot less. For an example is the building a thatched roof, and how thick and big is the chimney stack and how many flues are in the chimney stack, for an example. You've then got the building work, which can be a couple of £100 up to a couple of £1,000 again, depending on what level of work's being done and how much work is required and how long the bees have been there, because the honeycomb can go down inside a void space several meters or more. So we've had one go 6 meters across a soffit space, and we've had one go around the same meterage, 7 meters down a chimney as well. So they can be fairly large wax and combs to remove from a void space. Then you've got the actual live removal of the bees. And this can range considerably depending on, again, how long the bees have been there and where they are. But to give you a guide price for that, you could be looking anywhere from as little as around £500 up to £6,000, depending on who's doing it and what process is involved to actually get that done. After you've actually removed the honeybees alive, you've then got the process of putting the building materials back. Again, depends how much building materials you're putting back, what type of materials they are. Is the building listed? Is lime mortar being used? Is it normal cement? Is it somewhere where water penetration could be an issue? How quickly does it need to be done after removal? So these are some of the things that we have to consider. But on average, you could be looking anywhere from £500 to £3,000 to put a building back together again, or to relay a section of roofing. So again, different live bee removal companies will quote for different aspects of work. Some will include scaffolding, some won't. And it's often good advice to try and find a company that will deal with all the services for you. And we do find that's a massive benefit to clients, because then there's no delay, there's no breakdown in using 4 different contractors. We've had some people that have tried to get beekeepers, scaffolders, pest controllers and builders, and trying to get all 4 groups together and to liaise and do the work in a professional and to a good standard is very difficult. We often find that clients struggle with that. So the total cost for live bee removal, we find in the industry, normally ranges in the region of around £1,500 to around £7,000.